We put a new Bank of Mauritius Act in order to stop and to prevent BAI. But if you are protected in high places and you are able to flourish, so that Honorable Utim, for all that he says, in a flamboyant tone, I admit, he must admit one thing. The MMM knew that the money of BAI was tainted. They cannot say they did not know. I know, because we participated in the discussions. We knew what was happening. I know Honorable Osman Mohamed, he received a contribution from BAI. He can say, well, I didn't know. The benefit of the doubt you've got to give to him. Not much, 720,000 rupees. I'm sorry.
I have made an affidavit on this. If you want the Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, I can give you a copy of this so that you can rectify what you've said.
Honorable Osman Mohamed, if you've got a point of order, you raise your point of order, or you want to have a point of personal explanation. What do you want? You've got a point of order. If you object to what the Honorable Deputy Prime Minister has said, I will ask the Deputy Prime Minister to be moderate and not to mention personal things against any honorable member.
No, you got me wrong. I was saying that the facts are there. I was saying that we cannot impeach his good faith because there is no evidence that he knew or that he should have known the origins of the money. Now, he's put in an affidavit. I bow to this. I no ill intent, and if I've hurt him, I'm very sorry, and I withdraw whatever could have hurt him. I do apologize if I've done that. It's not my way of doing things.
So we know the good faith that you mentioned.
Madam Speaker, in 2010, an alliance is concluded, MSM, Labour Party, PMSD also. In June 2011, MSM leaves the government. In September 2011, ICAC calls now Prime Minister Pravin Jagnnath to ICAC. In 24 December 2011, it's amazing how these things happen 2 days before Christmas. City Power, Betamax, Pravin Jagnnath. Everything happens 24 December. He's arrested. He's charged with sedition. 2012, the President of the Republic, Sir Anirudh Jagnnath, now Minister Mentor, resigns from Le Réduit. No need to go into who went to see him, etc. We all know. Then, 2012, remake. I was all for it, my friends know. I was 100% for the remake because that was the perfect recipe for government to work. And it had worked in 2000. And it was going to work. Meeting 1er May 2012, it was clear that the remake was heading for a resounding victory at the next general elections. Same conditions. Then, February 2004, 14, I'm sorry. And then we start no parliament. We have an opposition, and in April 2014, the remake is over. I have to take a decision. I resign from the MMM, and I tell my friends, and I have many, not only in the MMM, but my friends of the MMM are many, and I tell them, you are doing something which is very wrong. You are going to win the elections. I thought so, because they were very strong. For me, 40 plus 40 did make 80 and 90. But I said, I'm going to do it alone. I'm going to fight you because I don't agree with this. The alliance, Mouvement Libérateur, is formed with a very, very small nucleus. Me, Ken Fong, Eddie Boissaison, Anil Gayan, etc. And I hear people talking against Anil Gayan and all that. They don't know what sacrifice he has made for this country. Then the MMM and the Labour Party flounder for some reason. We don't know. Each one has got his idea. And after the defeat, and after Mouvement Libérateur, we will have Mouvement Patriotique, we will have Le Renouveau Militant, we will have Honorable Ramano, we will have a sorry state of affairs. At the same time, the remake is off because, according to the leader of the MMM, the accused, Pravin Jagnnath, should have asked for an early trial and should not have raised points of law. I was saying, I don't know whether the points of law are valid, but it is his right. You can't break an alliance because you don't like points of law. But never mind. He's found guilty and sentenced to 12 months imprisonment to be converted in community service order. Let us not forget, and we understand why some people relished at that time, because 12 months imprisonment meant not only community service, cleaning the yard of St. James Cathedral, which I'm sure he would have done very well. Not only this, but disqualification to become. And let us not forget, he was more than 12 months? Oh, I'm sorry. Huh? More than 12 months, okay. It was not 12 months and a day then. Right. So the Supreme Court allowed the appeal. The DPP appeals to the Privy Council. It is his right. But the reason given was that there was, and I need to say it, was that there was a big point of law that had to be fought out by their lordships of the Privy Council. When we looked at the statement of case, there is no point of law. When we listen to submission, there is no big point of law. And when we read the judgment, the Lords tells you it was on the facts of the case whether the facts gave rise to a conviction. But the appeal came, the results of the appeal came, and the appellant, the DPP, lost his appeal. But what is interesting is when Honorable Utim tells us this is the scandale du siècle. Both government bought a derelict building Why didn't he tell it to Jita when he was in good friends, good bars, drinking fruit juice at NSC Hotel? Why didn't he tell him we have to buy a derelict building? And who was the expert in examining buildings?
Honorable Utim, please don't make comments, because when you make comments, it attracts comments from the other side, and then things become worse in this chamber.
Obsolete equipment. How does Honorable Utim know the equipment was obsolete? And I heard Minister Mentor say exactly the other thing the other day. How am I going to know whether Minister Mentor is right or Honorable Utim is right? But at the end of the day, there were experts who did it. There were valuers. The DPP, he had these reports. If it is true what Honorable Utim has said, do you think the DPP would have hesitated 1 second to put that on the shoulders of Pravin Jagnat? So it is easy to cry out scandale du siècle, but give the man a break. After all that he has gone through, and now come to the personal, emotional issues of this case, you still go on him. But the people who are watching us on television, do you think they are fools? You think just because you shout scandale du siècle, obsolete equipment?
Don't interrupt, please. I have said that comments on this side will attract comments on the other side as well.
The fact is that midpoint is not only a mere legal victory for Pravin Jagnat. It is a victory for his party, yes. For the party alliance, yes. But also for government and for the country as a whole.